Go over the games happen on November 4th. A lot of games on Monday, no games tonight because of election. Let's talk about the first game is the Milwaukee Bucks again lost to the Cavaliers. Well, the Cavs are 8-0, but oh my God, the the Milwaukee Bucks, are they 1-6? 1-6, yeah. Literally the worst team. Sixers on the other hand is 1-5, second worst team in the East. I expect those both. I expect both of those teams to be top four, top five by the end of the season. Bobby Portis, while Giannis didn't play, Bobby Portis went off with 21 points and 18 rebounds. That's to be expected. Damian Lillard, another great game. Fantasy wise, I guess he really bounced back. 8 turnovers, a little bit high, and no defensive stats whatsoever. Gary Trent Jr., is he a must roster? Right now, no. No, for sure. He's been horrible. Not just in fantasy, in real life. There's a reason he got benched. He was a minus 19 in his 21 minutes. Brook Lopez added 4 steals and 2 blocks. He's still balling out. My God, 4 steals is crazy. And hit 1 3. Not much else going on. I mean, Bobby Portis is the guy that, even when Giannis is playing, he'll come in with 25 minutes, right? Give you points, rebound, and field goal. If you need those, sure, you could roster him. For the Cavaliers, how about Darius Garland? To be honest, I wasn't really high on him coming into the season, but after this game, he's a 23rd ranked player, averaging just 20 points. Interesting. So he's not even averaging that many points. It's more about 3.3 threes is really good. 6.5 assists is really good. He's shooting 53% from the field, and He only has 2.5 turnover. Once the field goal and turnover go up, his ranking would drop. I still think 21 points is a little bit too low for him, to be honest. I do expect more. Donovan Mitchell this year, 2 steals is nice, 3 threes. But yeah, if you drafted him early in the end of first round, he's just it's hard for me to see him getting that value, giving you that value this year, because he's not gonna have that same usage. Jared Allen and Mobley, 15 rebounds for Allen, just 5 rebounds for Mobley, but added 3 blocks. Yeah, I'm not super high on Mobley this year, just because he's been the same player basically last 3-4 years, because he just doesn't get the opportunity to play at the center all that often with Jared Allen healthy. But a great win for the Cavs. The next game is the Warriors beat the Wizards 125-122. I mean, there was some drama in this game because Jordan Poole, right, with the history with the Warriors, especially with Draymond Green. Draymond had a nice offensive game, honestly, with 3 threes, 18 points. Steph Curry came back 24 points with 4 threes, 6 assists. Yeah, I still think Curry's going to be good this year. If he ever, he already missed a bunch of games, averaging just 20 points. I think he's a buy low, but he's still the 17th ranked player. I think his season average is going to be about 25 points, right? No worries there. He's going to make over 4.5 threes a game, right? What's encouraging is that his assist numbers are back up this year because CP3 left, and then his steal numbers is also pretty good. Andrew Wiggins goes 1 for 9. This is the problem with the Warriors. Look at the minutes. Andrew Wiggins, who was playing fairly well, gets just 18 minutes. Bezemski plays just 13 minutes. Buddy Hield still got his 28 minutes, had a good game, but the next team he could very well play 20 minutes and do nothing. And Jonathan Kuminga gets just 25 minutes. Nobody's playing 35. Moody's playing 15. Yeah, which makes all the Warriors irrelevant in fantasy because they just don't have enough minutes. For the Washington Wizards, how about Jordan Poole? He's the biggest sell high right now. The biggest sell high. Depending on what you can get back. He's averaging 4 threes. I don't think that's sustainable. Although 22 points, I do see that, I do see he can average 20 points, right? 21, 22. I don't think that's too crazy on this team. Although if Kyle Kuzma comes back, maybe he loses a little bit. But the biggest categories for Jordan Poole right now is he's averaging 2.8 steals. and 1.2 blocks. I don't know how he's doing it. It's been 5 games. It's not a small sample size. I mean, it's 6 games. But how is he getting this many steals? 2.8 obviously, but I guess 1.5 is possible for him rest of the year. We'll see. But really good game. At this point, Carlton is somebody we should pick up. Play 33 minutes. Provide some assists, some rebound and points. Good enough. And just the minutes is super high. Belo didn't really do much, played 39 minutes, but I guess he had to chase around Steph Curry. So offensively, obviously still a must roster and a bit sell high. Alex Sarr played 27 minutes. The man just gets you blocks, 3 blocks here again, but he's really his efficiency is really struggling, which maybe he'll continue to do. But the blocks and the rebounds are very, very solid. Keon George, same thing. Another guy we should definitely stream as long as Kyle Kuzma is out. Yeah, Valanciunas also had a big game. I don't think he's a must roster. His minutes are too consistent because Sarr is probably going to play more minutes. So the guy really only gets 20 minutes. The next game is the Lakers lost to Detroit on the road, 103. What's surprising is LeBron played every single game this year, and he played 40 minutes here because I guess they were losing to Detroit. He was a -16. Overall, still a very, very good game from LeBron. LeBron at the age of 40, what rank is he? He's 39th ranked player, a little bit low this year. Really lack of defensive stats is what's hurting him. Like the points, the rebound, the threes, the assists, they all look fine. And the efficiency is also a little bit low at the moment, only 49% from the field. AD continued to ball out, 37 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. Just no defensive stats. Austin Reeves, amazing game from him. He's really kind of breaking out this year. I wouldn't necessarily sell him high because I feel like he's gonna have a good year, a big year. The Lakers are trusting him with a lot of usage and stuff. D'Lo, on the other hand, I feel like it's hurting because Austin Reeves is kind of like the third option right now. In a lot of games, I feel like down the stretch, LeBron and AD, they're gonna miss a bunch of games, and Austin Reeves, I think he played 81 games last year. So he's going to be that consistent guy for this team. Rui Hachimura, 8 points. Yeah, I don't think he's a must roster. But if you need points and rebounds, sure. Hit 2 threes, that's still good. For Detroit, Tim Hardaway Jr. still gets so many minutes. He just give you threes, that's it. 4 threes, which is a lot. It's good. 4 threes, nothing, absolutely nothing else. 19 points too. Tobias Harris, 15 points. Had 5 personal fouls, an okay game from him. Jalen Duren getting some defensive stats, that's good to see. Played just 24 minutes due to foul trouble. And Jaden Ivey had a big game offensively with 26 points. And Kay Cunningham, 11 rebounds, 11 assists is really nice. If Kay can get us more assists and rebounds, that's pretty good. He actually gets a lot of rebounds as a guard. He's not a small guard. He's like 6'5", 6'4". Good win for Detroit too, especially against a somewhat decent team like the Lakers. And Detroit this year, they're 3-5, so a lot better than I guess last year or 2 years ago. Malik Beasley, Isaiah Stewart, they're not really fantasy relevant unless somebody gets hurt. Moving on to the next game, the Boston Celtics. Yeah, this is what they do to teams, just blow them out. 30 points, 123-93. And Jason Tatum against a bad team. Look at his stats; always look so nice against a bad team. 28 points with 6 threes and 2 steals and 9 assists. Jaylen Brown is still out here, so they play some weird lineup, right? They play Horford on the power forward with 9 points, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Yeah, Horford is gonna be dropped so many games. He's the guy that's probably gonna drop the most, in the league, and gets picked up, gets dropped, gets picked up. He does have fantasy value, but if you're punting points, I guess you could have it. Jrue Holiday, just no steals. 1 block here is nice, but my God, just no steals. The minutes is also low because of blowout. Derrick White, also pretty good game with 4 threes, 2 steals, and a block, 6 rebounds. Yeah, Derrick White is just... I thought he was getting drafted kind of high in the 4th round or 5th because I feel like the Celtics, you got so many players. But he's a 13th ranked player, also a sell high, shooting 48%. That's a little bit high. 90% from the free throw line. 3.6 threes. The assists, the block, the steals and the blocks, yeah, they're sustainable. It's mainly just, I think also the scoring too. Peyton Pritchard, if you want to pick him up, sure, 25 minutes. You have to try to sell him. I just don't think this is like long term. When everybody get healthy, Peyton Pritchard's minutes is going to be very up and down. Still a good game from him, though. For the Hawks, Clint Capella gets just 16. I think he's droppable. Unless he really need the rebounds. Okongwu got more minutes from him with 10 rebounds and 2 steals and 18 points. Okongwu, meanwhile, had a good game in his 23 minutes. Trey goes 1 for 10. My God. Horrible game. Maybe buy low for Trey, but he's going to be fine. Dyson Daniels played 23 minutes. Jalen Johnson. How does he get 6 turnovers? Trey Young only got 3. Yeah, it's his efficiency that really his problem. 7 for 20 from the field, but the counting number is still pretty good. 2 threes, 11 rebounds with 4 assists and a steal. Zachary, enjoy him while you can, because once Bogdanovich and DeAndre Hunter comes back, he's not going to play 30 minutes. For now, he's putting up decent numbers, I would say. Getting decent minutes too. This is just a bad game for the anti-Hawks. We can move on to the next one. Forget about it, especially for Trey. The next game, somehow the Grizzlies, they are playing on the road. They lost by 2 points. Ja Morant, 25 points, 9 assists. Ja this year, he's getting a lot of assists, but he's not ranked he's a 111th ranked player. Like 9.7 assists is amazing, 21 points. It's decent, but he hits no threes. I guess free throw wise, he's pretty good. 45% from the field is a little bit low, but 0.6 steals is too low for him. He's got to get more defensive stats. Jalen Wells has been starting, but not doing much. Zach Edey, huge game from him. I wouldn't pick him up after this game. Yeah, I think his minutes is just too inconsistent. Jaren Jackson Jr. had 2 blocks. Yeah, he just needs to get more blocks. Offensively, he's fine. And Santi Aldama continued to roster him. And Scottie Pippen Jr., with Ja Morant healthy, the guy just got 31 minutes now. 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 3. It's not the best game, but, the minute trending to the right direction. He's getting a lot of minutes. For the Brooklyn Nets, Gray Wayne, Dennis Schroeder with 26 points and 20 points and 6 assists. Cam Thomas, he's going to have games like this, right? 17 field goal, only hit 6. I wouldn't really worry about his field goal too much. He's going to jack up a lot of shots. Some games he'll go for 40. Claxton, good to see him actually starting at the center. Hopefully they can keep things that way, because for whatever reason they were going small a lot of the time. I guess they kind of have to, because the Grizzlies, they went big. Yeah, I don't know what to do with Claxton. Maybe you should try to sell him high. Depend on what you can get back from him. If you can get a top 50 player, yeah, 100%. If you can get like a top 50, 60 player for Claxton, yeah, you should absolutely do it. Yeah. Dorian Finney-Smith, Cameron Johnson, these guys, I don't think they're big. They're must roster players. Dorian Finney-Smith hit 5 threes. That's really big. Moving on to the next game, the Kings beat the Miami Heat barely by 1 point, 111, 110. Oh, yeah, somebody hit a game winner. I think Sabonis did. 16 points, 16 rebounds, and 7 assists. Okay game from him. De'Aaron Fox with 28 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists with 3 threes. Yeah, this guy's a fairly consistent. This year is going to be DeRozan too. Yeah, some of these veteran guys, they're just very consistent putting up numbers. Every game, 26 points for him. And Keegan Murray also played huge minutes. Didn't really do much, but 14 points and 6 assists, 6 rebounds is all right. And Keon Ellis, if you need defensive stats, definitely stream this guy. This guy gets a lot, especially steals. They are dealing with Kevin Huerter is out, but they still play Malik Monk just 24 minutes. I guess this year maybe Malik Monk is not a must roster, because now they have DeRozan. So offensively, they don't really need him that as much. Unlike last year, he came off the bench really provide that scoring, that ball handling, that playmaking. Not so much this year, so they're not really playing him all that much. Which makes him not a must roster. The next game, the Utah Jazz put up 135 points, crazy, and this is the best game for Keontae George. This is why I guess we drafted him. He's been horrible the first week. He really went off here. These type of games eventually it was gonna come against some bad defensive teams. 33 points, 6 threes, amazing, 9 assists. Hopefully he can go on a hot stretch. He was shooting like 30%, literally 30%, and turning the ball over a bunch too. Colin Sexton played huge minutes too, 24 points, 5 assists, still on the block. But if Colin Sexton plays well, you really try to sell. Walker Kessler goes 6 for 7, 16 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 blocks is amazing for Walker Kessler. If you drafted Walker Kessler, in the 8th round or 9th round, even 7th round, you're getting amazing value. I don't think much has changed as a player for him. It's just this year he's getting the minutes, and he just put up crazy numbers. Rebound, field goal, and blocks. His concern is just no threes, absolutely no threes, and really bad free throw. Cody Williams, I don't think he's fantasy relevant. But what a game from Keontae. Big game from him. And for the Bulls, Kobe White, big game with 28 points, 6 threes, 6 assists, and 2 steals. Josh Giddey, good to see him getting 30 minutes with Lonzo Ball out. I wonder what happens with his minutes when Lonzo Ball does come back. Is he going to get like 27, 28? I mean, he's still not playing 35, but 30 minutes is good enough. 7 assists, I would take it. Vucevic continues to be, I don't know what's going on with him. 1 steal and 3 blocks, 10 rebounds. Vucevic is a big sell high at the moment. He is, some of these guys, like Buddy Hield is 10th ranked player, I forgot to mention about him. Biggest sell high. Vucevic is 7th ranked player, big sell high as well. The main reason is because he's shooting 55% from the field and 90% from the free throw line. Those are not consistent. They're not gonna stick. Moving on to the next game, the New York Knicks lost to the Rockets 97-109. They just played Jalen Brunson 43 minutes. Sure, that's good, from a fantasy perspective for now, but is Brunson going to get hurt? I know the Knicks are super thin. If he gets hurt, oh my God, just imagine how many minutes they're going to give to Miles McBride. Maybe just straight up 47 minutes. Good game from Jalen Brunson, but still inefficient. He's been very inefficient this year. Not very, but just had a lot of games where he just doesn't, 8 assists, 29 points is good. Karl Anthony Towns had a horrible game. He was a minus 26 versus the Rockets. I guess he was getting cooked by Şengün. I'm not sure. 17 points is okay. 19 rebounds is good, but just didn't do anything else and had 1 block. Josh Hart, the minutes is amazing. He's just putting up the big numbers. And OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, they're just doing their thing. Hit threes, get defensive stats, and have 15 to 18 points per game. For the Houston Rockets, Şengün had a big game. High turnovers is a concern, but 25 points, 14 rebounds, and 4 blocks. Amazing game from Şengün. He's been up and down this year, but we'll see. In fantasy, he's just so good because he does everything. Jalen Green cooled off quite a bit this game, 15 points and 2 assists, and FanValet final had a good shooting night with 19 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals and a block. He was a huge buy low. And one thing to stands out is that Amen Thompson played 33 minutes. Jabari Smith only played 22. Amen Thompson, if he ever gets close to 25 to 30 minutes consistently, I think, then he kind of become a must roster. And Tara Eason, after going off, he got 25 minutes. You can always stream him for defensive stats. If they have a back-to-back or something like that. But a great win for the Rockets. Moving on to the next game, the Timberwolves beat the Charlotte Hornets 114-93. No surprise there because the blowout, LaMelo only played 24, 19 and 2, and they started Taj Gibson. What? This is the big throwback. Taj Gibson, how old is this guy? 40 years old? Obviously not fantasy relevant. I think Mark Williams has to be a joke at this point. And I mean, he was still getting drafted in a lot of the drafts, right? Fairly high. The man has been day to day for a year and a half now. What is going on? Maybe not a year and a half. It's been a year since, just day to day. I don't even know what his injury is. Miles Bridges pretty horrible with 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 10. He's a buy low at the moment. But I don't think you should throw like a top 50, 60 player to get him. Buy low maybe the 80, 90, 100. Because I don't see him with everybody healthy. He's just not gonna get that much usage, and he doesn't get all that much defensive stats either. Rebound is really good. Efficiency should be really good, but everything else is very average. Let's go to the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards, 21 points with 4 threes. He's taking a lot of threes, making a lot of threes this year. That's really the only difference from last year. His efficiency hasn't been good this year either. So, he's got a lot of room to improve. Randall had 13 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Nobody played particularly well on the Timberwolves other than our friend Naz Reid. I guess Dante also went off against a bad team. Also, because the blowout, he gets a few extra minutes with 28 minutes. You try to sell high. Any opportunity you get. And Naz Reid, same thing. But if any of the Timberwolves player gets injured, they become must-roster players, and they can put up big numbers. Both of these guys, Dante and Naz Reid. All right, move on to the next game. We got 3 more games, maybe 4 more. There are a lot of games. Orlando Magic, Oklahoma City Thunder, they're kind of like the Celtics, except I think they're better than the Celtics. I guess that's a bold statement. In the playoffs, maybe they don't have as much experience, but I look at the individual players. They first of all they're all younger, and a lot of two-way players on this. Same thing with Celtics. I just feel like Thunder are more talented. They got Shed Holmgren. I guess Porzingis is also kind of a unicorn. Magic, they're dealing with a lot of injuries right now. Jalen Suggs, 35 minutes is great. I still think he's a sell high. I think when everybody comes back, he's not going to get this level of usage. He's going to get you steals, yeah. But assists, right, points, those are going to go down. KCP had a big game, 4 steals and a block, but just a streamer for assists and steals. Franz Wagner with 22 points, 2 steals. Okay game. Yeah, Gogo Badaza, you could stream him for some blocks. Added 4 steals and 4 assists, 9 rebounds is decent enough. Yeah, I mean with Wendell Carter Jr. out, for sure, we should look to stream him. For Oklahoma City Thunder, oh my God, they just got so many good players on this team. Same thing with Celtics. Shea, obviously not even the best game, just 9 assists, 21 points. Shed Holmgren, amazing, 2 blocks, 9 rebounds, 14. And they don't even have Isaiah Hartenstein yet, right? He is a big that can really defend and pass. Jalen Williams, also really good player. 3 steals and a block here, 3 threes, 23 points, solid. Lou Dort, terrific defender. Cason Wallace can hit and shoot, make threes. Alex Caruso, really, really good defender, right? Know his role on this team. Better win fantasy, I think he's a drop. Aaron Wiggins is also a very good player. Isaiah Joe, right? They got so many quality players on this team. But I mean, they traded Trey Mann a couple years ago. Trey Mann, also a very high quality player. He would easily average 20 points, I think, if given the opportunity. Like if Charlotte Hornets just let him say, if there's no LaMelo Ball, he gets 30 minutes a night, he can't average 20 points. Move on to the next one. Wow, even the Blazers beat the Pelicans. What's going on? Anfernee Simons, an okay game with 24 points and 3 threes. Danny Advia, do not drop him. Pretty rough game here, but don't drop him. DeAndre Ayton with 19 points and 13 rebounds is huge, but just nothing else. Good efficiency and even hit 1-3. Jeremy Grant and Tomani Kamara. Tomorrow, I guess you could stream him, but he just doesn't offer, like, nothing stands out from this guy. When I read his stats, like nothing really stands out. For the New Orleans Pelicans, another loss. I mean, at this point, they just really have Brandon Ingram. Everybody's hurt. So Messi is a guy that we could stream. Even Robinson Earl is a guy we could stream. Brandon Boston, Jose Alvarado. At this point, yeah, everybody's out. So uh, all these players we could go for streaming, especially on a low volume day. The Indiana Pacers beat the Mavericks. Yeah, the Mavericks are not so good this year. They lost a lot of games already. Their record is not well. They're 4-3. Okay, so they're not horrible. I just feel like at home you should be able to beat a Pacers team. Tyrese Halliburton, well, he's coming back. 25 points, 12 assists, 2 steals and block with 2 threes. That's good, but somehow went 3 for 6 from the free throw line. Miles turned a big game with 30 points and 5 threes. Yeah, if his shots are falling, right? Yeah, he can make a lot of threes. He can shoot the three pretty well. Pascal Siakam, 23 points, just very consistent. Give you 20 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. But no defensive stats. Benedict Mathurin, I think at this point maybe we need to start rostering him. There's a couple injuries, but for now, you pick him up. He's a really good free throw guy. Even though he went 1 for 3, he can score, get you some assists and threes. For the Mavericks, another bad loss. Luka hasn't been good this year. 34 points is good, 15 assists is good. What is up with the usage? It's crazy. 2 steals with 4 threes. Kyrie Irving also got his 27 points with 3 threes, but no defensive stats. Daniel Gafford and I don't know if he's a must roster, to be honest. He plays just 20 minutes without Derek Lively, just 15 minutes. To be honest, yeah, I would drop him. You really get him just for the blocks. I mean, specific situations in category leagues. If every week you're winning, you pretty much know what you're going to win, and you really need blocks here, you could have him. Otherwise, I don't see much value holding on to him. PJ Washington, the minutes is good, 3 blocks and 11 rebounds. Pretty solid, although, he destroyed you in efficiency. And Clay, 4 threes, he just give you threes. Just give you nothing else. I don't think he even scored that many points on this team. Just threes. That's it. The next game is Denver Nuggets. Yeah, they're not so good this year. They barely escaped Toronto Raptors again. Toronto Raptors had a lot of injuries. Scotty Bombs and Emmanuel quickly. So RJ Barrett is a big sell high. I mean, then he goes 5 for 21. My God. 10 assists is good and a steal. RJ is a sell high at the moment. Jacob Pertl is a sell high. Grady Dick is a sell high. These guys, once Emmanuel quickly, they still going to get the minutes. It's just the usage is going to go down quite a bit. Grady Dick has crazy defensive stats here. 3 steals and 2 blocks with 5 assists. Added 4 threes. Yeah, he's got to be a sell high. Davion Mitchell continued to stream him for assists. But, they put up a fight, For Denver, Aaron Gordon left. I mean, he was dealing with a little bit, some injury. So I think Peyton Watson could be picked up in the short term if Aaron Gordon does miss games. Christian Braun, I think, is proving people wrong. I think his field goal is pretty solid, gets you defensive stats, and he gets big minutes on this team. I don't mind rostering him. With Jamal Murray out, Russell Westbrook is also somebody we could stream, but be careful when you stream him. Be careful. If you're trying to win efficiency categories, yeah, he played well here though. And Jokic, of course, a big triple-double, added a steal and 2 blocks. I don't really need to read Jokic's line. Yeah, but this year, Thunder, they're so good. I feel like Shea is getting the MVP, unless Denver catch up or whatever. Yeah, it's really just like they Jokic is putting up the really good numbers. If his team is winning, then he will be MVP again. Michael Porter Jr. shot the ball okay here with 3 threes and 19 points. All right, moving on to the next game. We got so many games last night. It's crazy. Philly. Oh, this is the Paul George debut. 116-118. First game from Paul George. Not so good. 6 turnovers, 28% from the field. He's going to be better. 15 points with 1 3. But at least it's good to see he's back playing 30 minutes. Tyrese Maxey still playing crazy minutes with 32 points and 6 threes. pretty good. Drummond have trouble staying on the court. I guess defensively he's getting cooked on the perimeter. But his time is almost running out. Embiid is going to be back. Caleb Martin, Kevin Oubre Jr., the numbers just don't look good, right? The numbers just don't look good. You could continue to have them, but now that Paul George is back, well, Embiid, I guess with Embiid out, they're still getting 30 plus minutes. So you could continue to ride with them, but they're just not really doing much. For Phoenix, the big three, Devin Booker really struggled here, 3 for 18, but he's going to be fine. Had 6 assists, still on the block, 7 for 7 from the free throw line. KD had a big game with 35 points. This is gonna happen. Like KD goes off and then Booker goes off. They're gonna kind of alternate. Really big game from KD. And Bradley Beal, I think, is quietly putting up a pretty solid campaign season. He's not gonna average a lot of points. He's gonna give you some, 5 assists, 4 assists, some defensive stats, some threes, solid enough, right? And because he doesn't need to be the number one option, he's fairly efficient too. Fairly efficient, 7 for 10 here, a good win. And speaking of Yusuf Nurkic, I know I kept saying he was droppable, and he answered the bell. 15 points, 2 steals in a block, sell high. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna do this every game. Most nights he's just not gonna do anything and give you 7 rebounds, playing 25 minutes. Moving on to the last game of the night, we have the San Antonio Spurs and LA Clippers. Well, how about Victor Wembanyama? How about him? 24 points, 13 rebounds. Yeah, this type of line is, you just got to get used to it. 13 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and 9 blocks. 9 blocks. Just insane. 24 points too. 2 threes, but he's still struggling offensively. He's going to be okay. I still think he's already, after a bad, slow start, he's already the 4th ranked player. So, yeah, there'll be more games like this. Just unbelievable defensive numbers. Unbelievable. The rest of the Spurs, CP3 with 10 steals, 10 assists, and 2 steals. He's getting huge minutes. I still think he's a big sell high, right? Trey Jones is still out. I just feel like as we get to the end of the season, they are going to shift from minutes to the younger guys. So that's the reason. Or maybe he plays this way the entire season. I wouldn't bet on it. I think it's way more likely that he start losing minutes. So given how well he's played, his healthy play every game, we have to try to sell him high. Chris Paul is a crazy ranked player right now. He is 42nd. Okay, actually not that crazy. I thought he would even, just because he's not getting that many steals, just 1.1. But if you can get a top 40 player, yeah, for sure, do it. But that's just a ridiculous line from Victor Wembanyama. James Harden, 17 points, a steal and 3 blocks. Okay, he only took 10 shots for whatever reason and only 4 assists. Kevin Porter Jr. came off the bench, actually had a big game with 8 rebounds and 7 assists. Norman Powell continued to do his thing. I also think he's a sell high. Once Kawhi comes back, he's not really going to do this all that often. And Zubac against Wembanyama, yeah, he struggled massively. He probably got blocked a shit ton. He's just not used to play versus somebody like Wembanyama. Otherwise, 13 rebound, 10 offensive rebound is still good. And a good win for the Clippers. They're winning games without Kawhi Leonard. The Clippers, they're 3-4, so not that good. And that's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.